Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a full face of makeup using affordable brands and drugstore makeup. I have done one of these on my channel before, except that was solely Revolution. I will leave a link up here if you haven't already watched it, but some of these products I have used and some of them I haven't. Just quickly, I did skip a week of filming because my mouth was swollen and I couldn't really talk. So yeah, that's why I didn't post a video last week, if you're wondering. But nevertheless, we are going to get right into this video and I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, so we are starting with a clean blank face. I've got a box full of all of the products that I'll be using. So I'm going to go ahead and I don't know whether I should start with my face or my eyes. I'm going to start off with my eyes. So the first product we have for the eyes is the new Revolution Forever Flawless Flamboyance palette, and I believe this was £12, so this still fits in the mark. Can I just quickly show you guys my nails? These are my birthday nails. My birthday is coming up real soon, so I did these myself. These are dip powder nails, so I'm not using like any false tips. These are my natural nails that I just kind of basically filed into this shape. My first finger kind of broke, but yeah, for the most part I actually really like them. Okay, back onto the makeup. This is, oh, so it's another one that bends back and it's got a mirror as well, so that's pretty cute. This is what the palette looks like, which is absolutely gorgeous. I was actually a bit concerned before I purchased it because I wasn't sure if these shades would actually like suit me in terms of the transition shades at the bottom here. But the palette looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and prep my eyes. I've got the Louise makeup base, but I think this one is £10. I'm going to start off with this shade here, which is called Significant. Okay, so it's sort of like a light pink shade. Yeah, I'm just going to use that as a transition shade anyway, just to give us a nice wash of colour. I really want to try this Lagoon shade, which is sort of like the blue with the pink undertone. I mean, the blue with the purple undertone. I really want to try that shade. I hope it looks nice. I thought it was going to be like a nice shimmery blue, but it looks pretty good. It's quite pigmented, so I'm just going to continue to build that up. Just thinking of the lashes that I have, I don't know if a halo eye will be too intense for those lashes. Basically, if I look directly into the lens, you can see that my eyes are pretty hooded. So the blue, I'm going to have to bring that up a little bit more. So if you have hooded eyes, you obviously have to bring up your shades a little bit more just so that they can be seen when your eyes are opened. So just bring that up a little bit further. And I don't actually have much lid space, which is another frustrating thing. But I'm not going to get rid of my eyebrows just to have more lid space. I know some people like to do that, but yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'll just work with what I have. You can see already how bringing it up has made some sort of a difference. And also another trick is to look up if you have hooded eyes rather than looking down like that. You can look up like this and then just kind of leave your eyes open and map out just above the crease. Okay, so for the inner part of my halo, I'm going to go in with the shade Ibis, which is this one here at the top. Oh wow, okay. That is not what I wanted to go for. But it is quite a nice colour though. Right, let's try the shade Splendid. Okay, so I'm just going to continue with Splendid on top of that. So I'm pretty much happy with how this eye is looking. I'm just probably going to finish off the rest of the eyes once I do my base because it just helps me kind of have an idea of where I'm going with it. But this is what I'm going to leave it as at the moment, so I'm just going to quickly do my other eyes and I will be back shortly. Okay, so we're going to leave the eyes as they are for the meantime until we finish our base. So for my base, I've got this foundation, which is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear foundation. I did do a review on this probably nearly a year ago. I will leave a link up here somewhere if you haven't checked it out already. But this foundation is £11. You can get it from Superdrug, you can get it from Boots, you can get it from I don't actually know where else. I only know Superdrug and Boots. I'm sure there are other websites out there that do sell it as well. I've got 2 shades here because I did buy this previously, but I did buy a new shade in deep golden because the shade copper was more so like a winter kind of shade, but I'm gonna try out the shade deep golden. I'm really hoping that it fits me well, but before I put that on my face, let me just try it out on my chest really quickly. Some of the makeup that I am using is new and some of them isn't, so yeah, we're just gonna go with it. But I'm just gonna quickly swatch this on my chest. I can't even see where I've swatched it now. Just gonna stand up a little bit. I've swatched it on my chest and I'm sure you can't really tell too much exactly where I've put it, which means it's a good match. So we're gonna go ahead with the shade Deep Golden. I'm gonna apply this foundation with a brush today. I've got a sponge with me as well, but I'm gonna get into that in a hot second. I will leave a link if you haven't watched my other video already. Oh my gosh, I nearly did it again. I forgot my primer, guys. Why do I always do this? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly take this off and I will be right back. Okay, so I've removed my foundation. I can't believe I forgot to put my primer on again. Anyways, for my primer, I'm trying out the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, which is £8. So I would have presumed this was probably for more like oily skin based girls, but I've got combination skin and I do tend to get dry in some areas, so I'm gonna give this a try. Okay. Feels nice on my skin. I don't feel like it's blurred out my pores that much. I have used primers that have done a great job with blurring out my pores, and I feel like this one can't really see too much of a difference in terms of my pores being blurred out, so but it feels nice on the skin. I guess we'll just see how it wears with the foundation. That's like the most important thing anyway. I do have a little bit more of textured skin at the moment because my skin's just not been very good recently. Obviously my face is a little bit more matte, so I can definitely see the texture a little bit more. The primer's actually okay, but I'm gonna go in and put the foundation on, and I'm just looking at it here now. I feel like it is a little bit darker than what I would go for. When I did swatch it on my chest, it looked like a perfect match, but yeah, usually when it dries down you can kind of see a little bit more. So just pairing it, it is a little bit darker, but yeah, I'm just gonna see how it looks. The concealers that I have, hopefully they help balance it out. So this is what the foundation looks like. I do feel like it's a little bit deep. One pump is not gonna do it for me this time around, but I do like the way it's looking on my skin. It's called Fresh Wear, so obviously you know that the coverage is it's gonna look very natural, but I have tried this foundation before and it can definitely be built up. I wouldn't say it's a lightweight coverage. I think probably depending on how much you put on it, probably say medium coverage. I'm not sure if it can get to full coverage, but if you want to, you can always attempt to get it to a full coverage finish. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how that coverage is looking. I've got a little bit on my hand, so that's a waste of product. But for my sponge, as I have mentioned in one of my previous videos, I have been using this sponge for a couple of months now, but this is the sponge. They have different colours, and this one was £5. Blenditude by Remscocreation. You can find them on Instagram, and this is my favourite sponge. Before I was using the Beauty Blender quite often, the original Beauty Blender, but I went for this one just to give it a try because it was cheaper, and since then I've not stopped using it. And so I'm just gonna use this to remove any excess foundation and just give myself a flawless finish. Yeah, that's done a pretty good job actually. Very happy with that, and I've done a video on these concealers already. They are the e.l.f. Camo Concealers. These are £5, so it obviously falls way under the mark. I'm going to go in with the shade Deep Chestnut and Deep Caramel. I want to leave that sit under my eyes a little bit, so I'm going to go with my contour slash bronzer shade. This is a new one, I've not used this before. It's the Revolution Infinite concealer. This is a part of their Conceal and Define range. I've got the shade C15, so let's go in and see what this looks like. Right, so I'm just going to blend that out. Coverage is definitely there for sure. Sorry, we had a bit of technical difficulties. My camera cut out whilst I was blending my contour, but basically this is what it looks like. All I've done is I've gone ahead with a sponge on top of that to blend that out a little bit more seamlessly, and I really like the way it's looking. So I'm going to go ahead and blend out my under eyes. I do want to try something new. I'm going to blend out my eyes with a brush instead of a sponge just to see how it looks. So the question now is, which brush am I going to use? So I can obviously get under my eyes nice and easy, which is really good. I think I might need to get contact lenses because it's becoming harder to see my makeup. Okay, so for my face powder, I'm using one that I've used already, Revolution Deep Banana Powder. They do have other shades, so if you're a little bit lighter, you can obviously go for one of the lighter shades. If you are darker than me, you can definitely find a deeper shade than this. This one, I don't remember which number it ranges around, but this one I believe was £5. I just love how flawless the sponge makes it look. I just feel like it can't compete with a brush. So yeah, as you can see, absolutely smooth, seamless, loving it. The shade is obviously pretty yellow considering, but you know, we're gonna work with it, and yeah, let's just see how it looks after we kind of minimize the powdery appearance. This is obviously a bronzer that I've used before as well, and this is the Revolution Ultra Splendor Matte Bronzer. This is in the shade Dark, and these were £8, so obviously falls under that price range of £12 as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just bronze up my face. A little bit of this does go a long ways, little bit at a time, but I just love how this bronzer looks. This is my favourite drugstore bronzer. I do have a few bronzers that I like to go in with, but yeah, this particular one is my favourite bronzer from Revolution, so I like to go in with this quite regularly. So you can see how that's warms me right up. But again, I'm having a bit of an issue because this yellow face is not going well with this bronzer. You can see it's thrown me off massively, especially on camera. It looks even worse than it does in person. I don't know what it is. I just don't know. I'm not happy with it, but I think it's just that foundation shade does not go really well with the concealer shades that I used. And then on top of that, I added in a yellow powder, but it is what it is. So for my blusher, this is a new product as well. A lot of these products that I'm using are from Revolution. This video is not sponsored, but Revolution is just not only affordable, but they have been really inclusive in terms of the kind of products they use. There's just so many products that I can use from Revolution for my skin tone. So yeah, you might probably be wondering, why am I using so much Revolution products? It is my favorite drugstore brand, and yeah, they're just inclusive in terms of products. But I have tried to include other brands as well, because it's not only Revolution. There are other brands out there that do makeup for our skin tone that are affordable or like deep skin tones, but it's just your preference in terms of what you want to go for. But these are just the things that I'm using, the things that I gravitated towards. So this is the new blusher from Revolution. I don't actually know what it's called. It doesn't have a name, but the packaging is the same as the flamboyance one. So I believe it's a part of the Forever Flawless range. Let's see what the blushes look like. Oh, okay. I was actually really concerned in the pictures if these would work well for me, but they actually look pretty good. So I'm going to go with that middle shade, which is more like a peach undertone shade. Oh gosh, okay, I put too much. Gosh, it is pigmented, and it does actually look pretty good. That was only the middle shade. I'm going to go in with the last shade, this shade here, and see what it looks like, because it's the lightest of the three. This one's a little bit too pink for what I want to go for, but it definitely shows up on my skin tone, so I think it's definitely one that's wearable. And I believe this one was £8. Okay, so it has shown up on me. I've obviously gone in with just a little bit because I don't want to go too crazy with that. I might try and add some pink on my eyes somewhere, I don't know, let's have a look anyway. But I'm going to swatch these blusher shades on the back of my hand just so you can see what every shade looks like. This is what it looks like. This is obviously this one was the darkest in the palette and that one was the lightest. That's the one that I've used, and then we've got the middle shade as well. So I think they're all chocolate girl friendly. As you could see, it does come up on my skin. The swatches might look a little bit washed out, but as you saw on myself, it does come up. So yeah, I'm pretty okay with it. So for my highlighter, I've also got a highlighter, and it's from Revolution. Okay, I can't help it, what can I say. This one was £4, and this is one of their new shades. So it's the Revolution highlighter reloaded in the shade Make an Impact. The other one that I used was, I don't even remember, I think it was Time to Shine or something like that, and I felt like it was a little bit too bronzy for my skin tone, so I did want to get a new shade. Okay, looks good, I like it. My skin is a little bit textured at the moment. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm just going to quickly finish my eyes off. I don't know what I'm going to do to them, but yeah, I will come back once I'm done with them. Okay, so I decided to switch up my eyes. I'm going to move on to my eyebrows. As you guys know, I've pretty much been loving my NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This is £10. So I'm just going to quickly whiz through my eyebrows, and it's the one that spins up. Yeah, this is definitely a favorite of mine. You can get this from Boots, Superdrug, the NYX website, or anywhere else. Okay, so for eyelashes, this is not a drugstore brand, but this is an affordable makeup brand, and it is Makeup by Tammy. This is sort of a new brand. She's come out with a few of her own eyelashes. These were £5. but it was on sale. The original price is I think £7. So for my lips, I've got several different choices here. So starting off with the lip liner, I've got 3 lip liners. I don't know which one I'm going to go with first, but the 2 different brands that I'm using is NYX Cosmetics. I think their liners are about £3, and I've also got the Glory lip liner by Revolution, which is also £3. I'm probably going to mix like 2 of them because the Glory lip liner is pretty dark for the kind of shade that I like to use. I'm gonna go in with the NYX liner in the shade, what is this, Cocoa. So for my lipstick, I've got the shade Confess, which is by Morphe. This is, I think it was £10, but again, it will be in the description bar below. It is a nice nude shade. It's a little bit darker, but I'm gonna go in with this as a base and then going with the other one after. So yeah, perfect, lovely new shade. And then I'm gonna go in with the London liquid lipstick. This is the soft matte lip cream from NYX Cosmetics. I believe these are £6. So this is what London looks like. Nice peachy nude. And as per usual, I always love to go in with a gloss. This is a new shade. It's from the I Heart Revolution chocolate collection, and this is in the shade Honeycomb. Oh, this looks gorgeous. I definitely wouldn't use this on its own because I think it will just be a little bit too light for me. But as a topper, I like it. So I really don't need too much of that. The shade is obviously quite light. And lastly, to set my face, I was actually looking for the Revolution Oil Control Fix and Mist because the one I used to use was the L'Oreal Fix and Mist. I tried to find it online and I don't think they sell it anymore, which is so weird, but I couldn't find it. So I had to just go in with what I already had. So I'm going to go in with the XX Revolution one in Hydra Fix. But Revolution do have like lots of fix and mists. Also NYX Cosmetics have some fix and mists, and this falls under £12 because it was £10. They do also have a matte one, so if you don't want anything that's hydrating, you can also go for the matte one. Okay guys, so here is the finished look. I'm very, very happy with the final outcome, and I'm so glad I went in and changed my eye look last minute. I know I didn't get a chance to show you guys. I didn't want the video to be too long. Just to let you know, the colours that I used on my eyes were, first of all, Coral, which is this pink shade here, and then I used the shade Plum to begin with on my inner corner, but then I changed it to this shade here, which is more like a red shimmery shade, and then I went in with this on the outer corner, and then I went in with this blue on the inner corner, and then I went in with Lagoon on my lower lash line. And very pleased with the finished look. I had a lot of fun creating this look and also using some of these new products that I got my hands on recently. But yeah, that's all from me. All of these products are less than £12, so I will leave all the information in the description bar down below, so if you want to know, be sure to check that out. Please do give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video as well, and if you are not already subscribed, I would love it if you could click that subscribe button before you click out of this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.